Disaster outfit scandal. Meghan ruins Harry's Invictus glory. Hello everybody, welcome back to the King YouTube channel. I think recently we have been bombarded with many photos of Meghan. We have seen her lack of style and her complete absence of humility. It's also obvious that Meghan has lost a lot of weight recently. I mean, she's always had chicken legs, but now her naturally boxy torso seems to have shrunk a bit as well. We often hear that the eyes are the window to the soul, or the face is the window to the soul. Now, both the eyes and the face are thought to be powerful communicators that tell us a lot about who somebody is as a person, about how they feel. I don't know about you all, but when I look at these recent photos of Meghan, I can see that her face certainly is showing the truth about her. Now, the weight loss has made her look older, but let's not be fooled by that mock, disingenuous plastic smile that she always has on for the cameras. I think all of us can see beyond this little act. When you zoom in, Meghan looks like hell. Her face looks so old. There are so many lines on it. She looks haggard. Close up, you can even see the gray roots in her hair. Even in photos, you can see Meghan just ricocheting all around, desperate to be everything to everybody and failing miserably. What she doesn't understand is that it's not about her. It's not her show, but she decides to try to make it her show every chance she gets. It's so clear that she's a piece of trash. I mean, the woman has no dignity, no class, and no consideration for other people. It's like she can't really even see other people unless they happen to get in her way. It's really embarrassing to watch. Now, at first I noticed what Meghan was wearing. As usual, it was completely inappropriate. And why is she wearing white on white? Is it so that you can't possibly miss her, I guess? Or she doesn't have to bother with finding something that matches? And don't even get me started on the short shorts Meghan was wearing. I mean, why did she think that was going to look good on those chicken legs of hers? I understand maybe she can't help it, but still, if you've got little toothpick legs like that, you need to cover them up. One thing is pretty certain. It's clear why Meghan had to lie to get out of working in the royal family. She couldn't hack it. Meghan is undisciplined. She's unskilled in social settings. She's ignorant. She cannot understand etiquette. She has really horrible manners, and she has no humility. So where exactly does this overinflated ego come from? Clearly, she realized that she couldn't fake it in England. I mean, for starters, all of them outshine her, but even they are open to a little advice occasionally. You see, Meghan expected to just immediately have all kinds of power and be the star of the show. She was simply unwilling to put in any work to get where she wanted to be. She was unable to actually work hard to earn respect. If she had just been humble and polite when she first met the royals, instead of talking about that she was going to modernize the royal family and be this humanitarian, Meghan would have had an ally in Catherine. But she had to be nasty, and she had to accuse Catherine of having baby brain, and she had to go after little Charlotte. There is no way in this world that Catherine would ever want to be near Meghan again. And I think also her obsession and her jealousy of Catherine is exactly why she started on this diet months ago, and that's why she has lost so much weight. The difference, though, is that for Catherine, it's all natural. She's always been athletic, and she stays in great shape. She eats a healthy diet. And the whole Wales family loves spending time outdoors. But see, Meghan is not athletic, so her weight loss is not natural. Instead, I think she's been taking that new weight loss medication. Oh yeah, you know the one that has all kinds of horrible side effects. She's been smoking cigarettes. I know she likes to drink a lot. And occasionally, maybe she'll go out hiking with a personal trainer to get a PR shot, of course, for the paps. Meghan needs to get off the internet, and maybe she needs to start walking around with Harry. To be fair, Harry is actually pretty fit, and he loves being outside too. And if those kids are real, maybe they could let them go outside occasionally. So what do I see when I look at Meghan? Well, I see a desperate tryhard, a nobody. It's time for Meghan to go, and it looks like Harry's understanding that too. You can tell, Harry used to look at her with so much love in his eyes, but that has completely changed now. And I think in the past, William and Charles would have rescued Harry from this mess, but not anymore. After what he did, of course, they're not just going to be there to fix his problems. It's up to him now. He has got to figure out a way to get himself out of this dark hole that he has sunk into. It looks like he cannot make up his mind, though. Sometimes it seems like he's ready to get away from her, but then once she's around again, he reverts back to the way he used to be. It looks like he really is her puppet, and it's going to be very difficult for him to extricate himself from this situation. When you think about the women who surrounded Harry when he was growing up, they couldn't be more different from Meghan Markle. He grew up around some really strong, well-dressed, intelligent, classy women. Meghan is basically like a guilty pleasure, a working girl. There is nothing that she will refuse to do in bed, and that's what he bragged to his friends. And I doubt she does much else other than sleep these days, but it looks like now Harry is stuck with her. Both of them look so disheveled. I can't believe for a second they're really happy. And how about Meghan insisting on being there, pretending to support Harry at his only successful venture since they left the royal family, acting like she's so committed to it? Oh, come on, Meghan, we see right through that. She was nowhere to be seen when he was taking a lot of heat after his book Spare, or when he was in London with the court case. Where was Meghan then? When Harry left his family for Meghan, he closed way too many doors behind him, and now it looks like he's stuck with her for better or for worse. I'm afraid that his future is pretty bleak. I mean, the Hollywood celebrity lifestyle that Meghan promised him obviously never happened. And if he goes back to the UK, he is going to be treated as an outsider. If he stays with Meghan, he's going to be her slave for the rest of his life, or until she decides to leave him for somebody richer. It's no wonder that he looks so depressed. He's just waiting for the axe to fall. Now, in the latest video, I was talking about how details were forgotten in the moment Kevin Costner made a fool of Meghan and Harry. You all had, as always, a lively discussion, so let's take a look at the comments. Thank you so much for the comment, Vivian and Orgy. Thank you so much for the comment, Lipston and Alzen, 587, Safi. Thank you so much for the comment, Gerald, 4,000. The rendered A5. Thank you so much for the common user XT4. Thank you so much for the common Christine Huxham 3 and 264. Thank you so much for the common Donapic 2577. Thank you so much for the common Carbon Oxides Even 1459. Thank you so much for the common Janker 3556. Thank you so much for the common Diana Powell 8700. And thank you so much for the common Ralph Allen's 83 Size Slate 446. Thank you so much for the common George Warren. Thank you so much for the common Sonia Lopez 5831. Thank you so much for the common Susan Dace on your site 124. Thank you so much for the common Pamela Anders 5062. Thank you so much for the common Spikeaboo. Thank you so much for the common Ralph Allen Sather Yeri 346, and thank you so much for the common Elena Hodjanine 1415. Thank you so much for the common Mario Legend Pat Money 225. Thank you so much for the common Nirma Logan Pat 2225, and thank you so much for the common Jackie Stage 4430. Thank you so much for the common Wilvin Baymuse Wusik Zevedi. Thank you so much for the common Wolven Bade Siam Man 6XJAN. Thank you so much for the common Rebecca Walker Canes. And thank you so much for the common user Bive. Zivelgel 6 Evive. Thank you so much for the common Annetta Hibbard. And thank you so much for the common Shayer Cop Son 7800. Thank you so much for the common Juliera 5567. Thank you so much for the common Carol Nelson 3768. And thank you so much for the common Jade Heart 9114. Thank you so much for the common Carol Nelson 3768. Thank you so much for the common Carbon Oxide 7459. And thank you so much for the common Carbon Oxides 7459. Thank you so much for the common Rabbit Palper book 1686. Thank you so much for the common Shershaw 5 Benson Neural 144. And thank you so much for the common Paul 2280. First time, thank you so much for the common Charles Clifford 1000. 340. Thank you so much for the common Connie Fisher 3263. And thank you so much for the common Bumble Cooper in 2362. Oh, thank you so much for the comment user X45H5. Thank you so much for the common Linda Sims on 6768. And thank you so much for the common Rosie Wells 475. Thank you so much for the common Peggy Woodard 4162. Thank you so much for the common Dita Los Santos 8770. And thank you so much for the common friends who are always there. Fatu Jamie 5069. And Chown, thank you so much for the common Angela Assam. It's 2759. And thank you so much for the common Kether Persix 155. Thank you so much for the common Redact 3784. And thank you so much for the common Hayden Breton 2990. Thank you so much for the common B Papso, and thank you so much for the common Linda Haggard 416. Thank you so much for the comment, Kimara Barbosa 5,514. Thank you so much for the comment, Yanni Granny. Thank you so much for the comment, Smith 8,365, and thank you so much for the comment, Frances Ubergio 8J. Thank you so much for the comment, Shine Day for 44. Thank you so much for the comment, Genie. So now, Ball 6,735. And thank you so much for the comment, Shindy444. That's all right, everybody. That's all the time that we have for now. Thanks again for leaving such excellent comments. And if leaving such excellent comments, and if hesitate to share this video with everybody, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to receive the latest videos from the King YouTube channel. Goodbye, and I'll be back to see you again tonight.